Good morning, everyone. It's time to take another trip. Good morning, everyone. I'm getting ready to take a trip with my motorcycle riding group from my church to Birmingham, Alabama. Our plan is to go to a motorcycle museum there and just go out and have a good ride. But as you can see, I'm already having difficulties with my audio. I wore my old system just to avoid this problem, but as you can see, I'm here again. So pray that this goes well, even though it's going to be a lot of overdubbing, voiceovers rather, for this trip. So hang in there with me. And we're off. I decided to go with my single forward-facing camera first because I have to stop to get some gas on along the way, and I didn't want to use the three cameras. But we'll do as much as we can today. So we're pressing on. Right there, you can see where they're tearing down most of what used to be Johnson's Junkyard, a historic site here in Fayetteville. They're finally getting to tear it down. And now let's make this stop for gas. Be quick and simple. Okay, and we got that done. It's time to head on and meet the folks before kick stands up. So I'm ready to go and enjoy this day already. It's a beautiful morning and no rain in sight, even though we had a lot of rain yesterday. So I thank God for this beautiful day in which to ride. It's been smooth sailing, and now we're up to the main road that I have to take to get up to our meeting point. So it's been great so far, and looking forward to even nicer ride. But it's just wonderful feeling out here going on right now. So let's go. There's a lot of new construction going on here in Fayetteville, residential and now commercial, and now they're messing with the road. So we're gonna see a little bit of that along the way. And I'm finally making it to our meetup point here. So let me get in here and see who's around. I said it before, that DCT has a wonderful reverse. Makes backing up effortless. It's good to be greeted with smiling faces. It's early in the morning. So it's starting out to be a bright day. I'll see you when we get started. So we'll get to hang out before we get started. Gold Wing.
Hey, you better watch out, boy.
You dropped something.
You better watch out. Yeah, hey, boy, you better watch out. I said, let's race. Hey, Joe race you now, Joe. Joe used to race him. No. That's all right. He ain't gonna pass, right? Hey, he ain't gonna have to wear screaming at you right now.
Excuse me.
We're getting ready to go, and I still haven't realized that my audio is not working. I went through all this work to make sure it works, but now it's not. So I wish it had been, because God blessed me with some nice motivational stuff on my way up here that I was willing to share, but of course I can't repeat it now. So we had our little meeting, got our prayers in, and get ready to head on down the road. We're on our way, and boy, do I wish my audio was working, because you can hear the thunder from the other bikes as we roar out of this place. So it was nice, but I wish I could have recorded it. I can't repeat that kind of sound in my voiceover. So here we go, as I said. Not a bad start after we come up to our first traffic light. Make sure everyone's accounted for. And of course, it's going to be a little tougher going through the city at first as we head towards the highway. But everything's going smoothly so far. On this ride, we had a very myriad of motorcycles in this group, from Suzuki's to Hondas to Harleys, even three-wheelers. So we had a few three-wheelers on this ride. So it's going to make for a meaningful ride, because we all just out for our love of riding motorcycles. So I always say, ride what you ride. It doesn't matter what brand it is. I've always said that moving through the city presents its challenges. It's no different for us, but we're willing to press on anyway. Glad to see the group staying together on our way, moving through the city. But of course, there's different situations we have to deal with with going through intersections, potholes here and there. So yeah, it's working. And we're gonna make our turns, get into where we got to go, and then we'll hit the highway. And it should be smooth sailing along the way after that. In any given day, you never know what challenges you may face. So I always say be prayed up and ready for any challenges you may face. Along the way, we made a quick stop, make sure everyone was accounted for. We had 14 bikes on this trip, if I hadn't already said so. So it's a lot to account for, but pastor's making sure everything's good, and we're going to move forward from here. It's time for us to press on again, get on through this city. Everything's going well. We worked our way through the city until we got to the highway. So that's what we've been ready to get to. So here we go. Let's hit the highway. We're doing well until this guy here in this car, knowing the lane we're merging, try to push up between us. So that created a slight problem, but we were able to resolve that once we got to the highway. At this point, it's about the time I'm going to lose my forward-facing camera. So we got to press on what I have left. Now it's time for us to get off the highway and stop and get some gas. Okay, we got our gas down. Time to head back out. You'll notice I'm only using my forward-facing camera at this time. So we'll get what we can, but my audio still isn't working. But I'm still going to capture the video. It wasn't long after we got back on the highway. Highway patrolman was waving us to the left-hand side of the lane for some reason. And here's the reason. The next on-ramp had a bunch of outlaw motorcycle gang members that stretched for miles. I swear that group of motorcycles had to be at least 2 to 3 miles long. And then towards the end, there was a group of other folks who was associated with them other motorcycle groups that came along with them. Pastor Butler knew the deal and signaled to their road captain for us to pass, which we were denied. So we knew just to hang back and let them do their thing. We were stuck right beside them until the road widened into a 3-lane road instead of the 2 we were in. So that gave us a little more space between us. one of the problems of having a group this large, the people in the back don't know what the people up front are doing. I almost witnessed one of the group members almost ran into the back of the crowd when they slowed down at one point. Most of these bikes were Harleys. They had a mix of other motorcycles in the group. One of the unique ones was this motorcycle. They had a car back end frame attached to a motorcycle frame. It was very unique. Ain't no telling what they're carrying in there. The line of this group of motorcycles continued for miles until they finally was getting off at an exit. So we were able to pass them as they were getting off. As they were getting off the highway, you can see them passing overhead there on that bridge. I don't know where they were heading to, but there's a lot of them. And wherever they stop, it's going to be a crowd for sure. We got off the highway and headed for Buc-ee's. More fun along the way. Our stop at Buc-ee's for gas and restroom break was over. It was time for us to head out to our next destination. And to my surprise, we stopped for a little breakfast later on. Breakfast location. It was another nice, enjoyable stop, but it's time for us to hit the road again so we can get to our destination. So we're all just chilling and enjoying the company. As we were leaving Buc-ee's, got a glimpse of this motorcycle rider coming in the wrong way with his passenger. Some people do some crazy stuff when they're out there driving. Sorry about the low camera angle, so you won't be able to see as much right now. We rode until we found our exit. And we arrived at our destination. Nice looking museum from the outside. I bet you it's even nicer inside. We took a bunch of group photos while we were there, just getting ready to enjoy the place. This was a very large place with a lot of good exhibits. I was surprised to see that not only is it a motorcycle museum, but they have a bunch of cars in there as well. So I took too many photos to share them all here with you now, but it would be a great place for you to visit. Here's but an example of the multiple photos that I took, but I'll share a few of them with you here now. found a good place to sit and chat while we're waiting for the rest of the group to arrive before we left.
This the pill. I said, golly. I got not the pepper, but it's the pill over there. No Indian for me. no small bites for me. Right.
Where were you when you
Now it's time to get ready to go. We had a good time. Time to head for home. Oops, it took me too long fidgeting with these cameras, and I got left again. But trust me, this Goldwing will catch up. Now that sound effect was funny. You know darn well that was not a Goldwing. You see, I tracked him down. On the return trip, I put my Insta360 camera on the camera that in the position where the camera normally faces me. I don't know what I'm going to do with the footage because I'm not used to using this camera yet. Thank God our ride home was uneventful and was a smooth ride all the way along the way. And we stopped a few times for gas, but other than that, everything was good. once in a while we got turned around trying to get to where we're trying to get to. But it all worked out, especially at these crazy intersections. So we're going to do somewhat of a U-turn through these gas stations to head back the other way. So now I see we're trying to make our way over to Cracker Barrel so we can get some more eats while we're out. That's good. We got our bikes set in place, getting ready to go inside and have ourselves a good meal. So here we go. Inside, the food was good and the company was great. We had ourselves a good old time sitting and chatting and enjoying our food. I enjoyed the meal and the company. Now it's time for us to head back to our bikes, settle up, and leave. What about you?
Alabama.
Alabama, what part?
Phoenix City.
Who?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Yeah, that's right across the border.
Yeah.
I know where that is.
Yeah.
looks like we're going to have to make another turnaround, then head back the right direction. Another gas station stop. We'll take care of this and press forward. Once again, it's time to go. I really wish I had some audio so you can hear the roar of the motorcycles. We rode until it was time for us to go our separate ways. Really enjoyed this trip, and I'm looking forward to the next time around. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.